I feel like you shouldn't have any history of mental illness nor bipolar disorder. With that being said, I feel like after you make go through the appropriate protocols and you make everything clear to how you should own a gun, because obviously you have to have a gun license, but I feel like with that being said, you need to be able to have a reason why do you want to own a gun, really. Because anybody could want to own a gun and then be like, oh, I just want to do this and do that and do this and do that. Like, I feel like some things is unnecessary. Like, people should be able to ride with their gun also. I feel like you should be able to carry your gun in your car with you, not inside of a sealed box in your trunk. I feel like if a police officer can carry a gun on his hip or put it in his back seat, that person that was born the same exact way to have equal rights can do the same exact thing. Because honestly, it's like when it comes down to it, I feel like when about gun laws, it's not fair. It's really not. Like, I feel like police have an upper hand, and even when it comes down to white people, that white people even themselves, like, they could get away with a lot of stuff. Like, unlike a black person, like a black person could have a gun, and if let's say a police officer, this is a hypothetically speaking, but if a black person was to have a gun and was to, like, tell the officer that he has a gun, I feel like the officer would feel like his life is in danger rather than when a white person tell him that. So I feel like also, like, there shouldn't be no discrimination when it comes down to owning a gun. Like, you shouldn't feel discriminated. Also, I feel like officers should take a next step forward in, you know, making the environment safe and making the environment safe in order to carry a gun. Because it's like, why would I want to carry a gun if I feel like my life is going to get took if, the officer misinterprets how I handle my gun or whatever the case may be. Honestly, I feel like with that being said, that an officer needs to, be more aware and be able to, let's say, how do I want to put this in a word? I feel like an officer shouldn't just have to officers shouldn't have to basically feel overpowered with his weapon. I feel like the badge or gun don't make him who he is. I feel like the law that he enforces should he carry by, and which one of those laws are being is enforcing the law upon guns. So with that being said, it's like officers should take that next step forward. It should be able to make everything more safer than carrying a gun. You shouldn't feel threatened. It should be legalized throughout all states, countries, region, and I gave numerous of explanations of why I think that. I came a little tongue-tied at the end, but with that being said, I feel like there's no reason why these laws can be changed, and I stand firm on that. Like, there's no other way how I feel about the gun law. I am strictly enforcing that it should be legalized throughout all states, throughout all countries of our region, everything that falls in that category. Because honestly, I feel like we need protection, not only from ourselves, but from the officers, from the street muggers, the home invaders, the car break-ins, everything. Like, you should be able to feel safe for once. People can't do that nowadays. You can't, people don't fight no more. It's only so far, you can only go so far with your two hands. You can't even carry a pocket knife or with a pepper spray. Can't even do that no more. So I feel like with that being said, you should be able to carry a gun. That's why I feel like it should be legalized. And if anybody disagrees with that, I mean, I feel like it's a win-lose situation when it comes down to that. So you'll have numerous of explanations. You know, some people may agree with it, some people don't. But from my honestly, from my perspective and how I think of it, I feel like it should be legalized for those numerous of, I think I gave about like good 5 points of why it should be legalized. And, you know, if somebody disagrees, I honestly, you know, I respect their decision because, you know, everybody has their personal opinion and everybody see things from a different perspective. At the end of the day, my background and where I come from, I'm from Oakland, California, and, you know, a lot of people don't have guns legal. Like, they do things illegally. So with that being said, I feel like legal is the best way to go, because if you get caught with something illegally, that's a felon. But why should you have to do that when they're making it hard for you to get a gun to protect yourself? As long as you got the right intentions and everything like that, then you should be fine. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So if people disagree with how I stated my opinion, I honestly respect anybody's decision, even coming from my instructor. But it's just how I see things. That's how I stand firm on it. I feel like everybody should have the right to protect themselves, and I feel like this is a law that we stand by as American citizens, that I feel like needs to be changed in order to make something better. Like, just to be tampered with it just a little bit. Like, no major changes, but, you know, I feel like it could get brushed differently, which would make the United States more efficiently. I feel like it'll be more efficiently by the law, honestly. And with that being said, this concludes my oral presentation. If you have any further questions, you could email me through Insight, or you could just comment under my post. Other than that, have a good night. Thank you.